The Sony FX5 is probably going to sell extremely well, and I won't be buying one. Now, before anyone starts typing a comment, this isn't a review and it definitely isn't a rant. I haven't shot with the FX5, so I'm not here to tell you whether it's good or bad. In fact, I think it's probably going to be a fantastic camera. For me, buying a camera has become much less about specs and much more about workflow. There are a lot of considerations beyond a camera body itself. Changing systems isn't as simple as just buying another body. Every purchasing decision has a ripple effect through the rest of the gear that supports it. The first reason is simple. Between my red V-Raptors and RF mount, my Canon C500 Mark IIs and C50, my kit is firmly rooted in the Canon ecosystem. While I shoot most of my work on PL glass, I also rely on autofocus lenses regularly. So buying a camera, it isn't the real expense. I'd also need to invest in an entirely new set of Sony E-mount autofocus lenses while adapting my EF glass. So now the cost of that camera body could easily double. The second reason is media. I've already invested heavily into CF Express Type B cards, while the FX5 uses CF Express Type A. That's another media format to buy, organize, label, manage, and memory and storage, they're already expensive enough. So adding another format, it only increases cost and complexity while actually complicating my day-to-day workflow. So before we've even started shooting, you could easily be talking, 3 or 4 times the cost of the camera body itself? But my biggest reason, and the one that honestly matters the most to me, it is the lack of built-in ND filters. Once you spend enough time shooting with internal ND, it is surprisingly hard to go back. Over the years, I've realized how valuable they really are. I've worked around not having them on cameras like my V-Raptors and Canon C50, and every shoot, it adds a little bit of friction. Whether it's swapping filters, changing matte box trays, or interrupting production just to adjust exposure, all those things, they add up. And I've reached a point where workflow matters more than another spec on a comparison chart. The majority of today's cameras, they're already capable of producing incredible images. So for me, the deciding factor is how efficiently they fit into my workflow. And that's what this really comes down to. This isn't about image quality. It isn't about dynamic range, and it certainly isn't about saying the FX5 is a bad camera. It simply doesn't solve the problems that I personally need solved. Looking ahead though, I am genuinely interested to see where both Sony and Canon go. If Sony releases a FX6 Mark II or FX7 or whatever they decide to call it, and it brings over many of the FX5's improvements while adding built-in ND filters and maybe CF Express Type B, that would absolutely get my attention. At the same time, there have been rumors about a successor to Canon C500 Mark II maybe next year, whether that's a Mark III or a C600 or something completely different. That's another camera I'll be watching closely. My C500s have been workhorses for years, so I'm excited to see where Canon takes that line. Until then, I'm perfectly happy using the cameras I already own. I'd rather spend my time improving lighting, refining compositions, and becoming more efficient on set than constantly chasing the next camera release. Because at the end of the day, the best camera, it isn't necessarily the newest one, it isn't always the one with the best specs. It's the one that helps you do your job with the fewest compromises and the least amount of friction. Yeah. I'll talk to you soon.